Weeats, the marijuana review show where we help you fine folks make sense of your dispensary. And guys, we're about to enter a new era here on Weeats. A PAX era. Because we're talking about the PAX ERA today. That's right, guys. We are finally reviewing the PAX ERA system. This is actually the second time I have reviewed the PAX ERA system. That's a little insider knowledge. I lost it the first time in the middle of the review, so coming back around to it a little bit later. Okay, so we are talking PAX ERA again today. The third of the sort of very popular pod line of vaporizers. I think that's what we're going to call them, is the pod vaporizers. You've got the most popular Steezy, and you also have plug and play in this space. And then I'd say probably the second biggest is going to be your PAX ERA behind Steezy. So this is made by PAX, who started off as a herb vaporizer, like a dry herb vaporizer company. I own a PAX 1 and 2, and I love them quite a bit. And they have now gotten into the portable vape game. They have, they're sort of different than Steezy and Plug and Play in that they partner with different farms and different companies to make pods for them. They make some themselves, but you'll see pods from like Select or, a bunch of different companies making PAX ERA pods. I assume PAX gets some kind of cut. Today, we are going to be looking at specifically the Island Mango Haze from PAX. I believe this is PAX's own brand, or one of their own brands. I believe, yes, this is from PAX themselves. They come in a very interesting sort of little package here. You've got this shelf tag and then a little plastic thing that I guess has the pod in there. Very handsome packaging, a little bit, it's not too wasteful, but it's very colorful, very vibrant. I like that. And then it says up to 3 times the vapor of compared to the original PAX pods. Cool. So this is one high-intensity cannabis vape. And then on the back, we have got our lab and batch testing and all that neato stuff. This comes in at 77.52% THC, which is medium-high for cartridges and pods out there. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and open up our little box here. Hint, I have already opened this and went ahead and charged it. I've made that mistake in the past. So here it is, the charged up PAX. Here is our box. Comes in a little sleeve. And then right in here is the PAX ERA that says Insert ERA Pod. And underneath we've got, your register, your safety information that nobody ever reads, another micro USB cable, a sticker. I like stickers. I'm photobombing at a desk. And then this thing imploring you to download the new PAX ERA app on your phone, which is pretty cool. PAX has an app, I think that syncs through Bluetooth. I'm not sure. It's downloading right now, and I'll be sure to get in this in the second half of the review, in which you can actually change the temperature and intensity of the hits that you get, which is really neat. With just Steezy and Plug and Play, it's one setting and that's it. So this allows you to sort of mess around with different settings, which is pretty similar to the PAX dry vaporizers themselves. I believe this is, what is the size of the battery in here? I think it is also a 500 milliamp hour battery, the same size as Steezy. It doesn't say for sure. I will try to find out and let you know that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and take off our stickers. Both of these have these little, the PAX itself, and then the little pod has these private or piracy stickers on them. I'm sure they don't work, but I definitely purchased this from a legal dispensary, and that's a good time to go ahead and talk about the price. I got this from the website, the weed website, ease.com. The PAX ERA actually came free, or it cost $1 with the purchase of a pod, which is pretty good. The PAX ERA itself, I believe, is a little bit more expensive than both the Steezy and Plug and Play. It usually retails for about 30 bucks, but there is that little added extra tech in there that the others don't have. And then the pods themselves do seem to be a little bit more expensive than Steezy, but less expensive than Plug and Play. I think they only have half grams. This one was 42, I believe. So it runs a little bit more expensive than Steezy, but not outrageously so. I am having trouble figuring out how to open this, maybe not through any fault of their own, but only because I am a doofus. I don't see where it's telling me what to do to open it, and I feel like I'm just going to break it if I do that. Okay, I can figure this out, you know? I'm a real boy. Oh, there it goes. It was just pulling open. You got to pull pretty hard to get that thing open. And here we go. Here is our PAX pod. It says Island Mango right on it there, if that'll focus. Okay, wow. It is, I assume a lot of the oil is hidden under that mouthpiece, but it looks like not a lot of oil in there. It doesn't look like half a gram to me, but I'm sure quite a bit is obscured by the packaging. So let's go ahead and insert our pod. I think it either way works. And it was supposed to give me a buzz, it says. I didn't feel it, but let's try it. Oh my God. Wow, that is tasty as AF fuck. Holy shit. My God. Island Mango, what a perfect name for it. This tastes like, you know, a Caribbean vacation and your fourth too fruity drink, you know, with its massive piece of fruit that you take out and never actually eat. This is what that tastes like. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is excellent tasting. Oh my God. Easily one of the best tasting cartridges I've ever had. If you like them sweet, if you like them fruity, wow, that is absolutely incredible. Absolutely love it. And then the oil itself, the hits themselves, great, man. They hit super, super hard. I think it hits a little bit harder than Steezy. You get bigger draws than Steezy. And as I said, the taste is amazing, and it's really potent. It feels maybe stronger than that 77% that they're advertising, which, you know, fine with me. I'm sure that's what it is, but it feels quite strong. I'm really, really pleased with the potency here. Yum. Wow. I mean, I like the taste of different strains in weed, and there's some that I really enjoy, but this is one of the few that I mean, even if it didn't get me high, it's just, it tastes so good. It's really quite something. Okay, so this first part of this PAX ERA review, really great. We'll take a quick review here. So this, again, the PAX itself is about 30 bucks. At different places, and the pods are a little bit more expensive than Steezy, certainly more expensive than your normal 510 cartridges on average, but you are paying for that sort of pod premium experience. Now, one thing I have noticed just holding this negatively is that I am a little, oh, you can push down on it. Guys, that is a tip that I'm going to give you right now. It'll work just fine like this, but you can feel it and it'll just come right out. Be sure to put that extra little pressure and insert it all the way in. You'll feel it kind of not really click, but sort of slide in, and now it's quite stable. So be sure to do that. It's not like Steezy where it just sort of magnetically clicks into place. First impressions, super positive. Love the taste, love the potency. Really like the system. But we have some stuff to get into here. We'll talk more about the little problems that might arise, like the cartridges being easy to fall out. I'll dive into that app and let you know how cool that is, being able to change all that shit. And then I'll let you know, oh, does this pod really seem like half a gram? Does it seem like, you should pay this sort of slight premium over Steezy? Well, all those questions are going to be answered. I'm going to be using this system until I have this half-gram pod depleted. Probably take me 2.5, 3 days to get through. And as soon as I do, I will come back here, give you all the notes on the battery life, give you all the notes on the whole system, let you know about that app experience. But for right now, if this is all you're ever going to see, I'm really, really pleased with the PAX ERA pod. It seems to, make a case for itself in the already crowded pod marketplace. So that's going to do it for this first half. I am really looking forward to working on this, and I will see you guys right back here as soon as I finish. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, friends, I am back, and it has been 3.5 days since I started on my PAX ERA journey, enjoying this Island Mango strain there, and it has been a beautiful, wonderful, incredible journey. Oh my God. So there is my empty little pod right there. First and foremost, this thing is deceptively large. It kept delivering over and over and over and over again. It lasted a lot longer than a traditional half-gram for me. It's probably the way it was metered out. It's maybe the draws are smaller than I thought. But it wasn't like I felt like I was lacking on a good high these past 3.5 days. Not at all. This is really strong stuff, and I hit it just as much as I hit anything else. I just kept noticing like the pod itself wasn't depleting, and even when those levels started to lower, it sort of kept going down at a slower pace than I imagined, which to me is great. I was not expecting it to provide as much oil seemingly as it did. Again, there's probably a half-gram in there. It just seems to be the way that it distributes it, and that delicious, delicious oil that it distributes as well. Again, one of the finest tasting oils I've ever had. Super, super tasty. Another thing I want to bring up is actually how cool the app is. The app is actually pretty neat. I don't think you ever really need to mess with it if you don't want to. But there you can, as I told you before, you can adjust the temperature. You can adjust how long you want your draws to be. Like it'll auto shut off after a certain length of time that you've determined. And it also has games that are, one, it's crazy that they're there. And two, I don't think I'm ever going to play them because they're dumb. But, it's cool they're there. Really, this is worth the premium. The pod itself, I'd say, runs about $5 on average more than a Steezy half-gram pod, or $10 more on average than a normal 510 half-gram cart. But it is a really great experience if you're not on a tight budget and you're looking for one of the best vape experiences out there. The PAX ERA is not going to disappoint. It certainly didn't with me. I'm glad I didn't lose it this time because I anticipate using it over and over again in the future. One thing it did remind me, again, be sure to really push that in there. I know at one point during this past couple of days, I passed it to somebody who's wanted to take a quick drag, and he wasn't paying attention, sort of flipped it up, and the thing shot off into the air. So a slight design flaw. Just make sure you really put that pod in there so it doesn't, you don't lose your precious oil like I almost did. Awesome. Great, 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 great stuff. Totally love the PAX and the PAX ERA system. If you're looking for something to do, you can totally give those games a try. If you're bored of every Switch game and iOS game available, you've got your PAX ERA to dip back into. Cool. All right, guys, but before I bounce, I want to share with you a little cherry on top. I liked this PAX ERA so much. I want to share with you guys a little something extra, just because I'm feeling real generous. And I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of it, because it seems to be doing pretty well. Oh, man. The Boys on Amazon, the new Amazon Prime series about a group of guys who are trying to take down a very grounded sort of superhero world where there are superheroes that are sort of like corporate mascots that also have superpowers and are also terrible people. And there's this rogue group that wants to teach them a lesson. It's extremely violent, extremely funny, and it is written, at least the original graphic novel, by one of the best in the business, Garth Ennis, also the writer of The Incredible Preacher. But that's a cherry on top for another day. If you like ultra-violence, if you like your superhero-y stuff, really give The Boys a shot. I am super pleased with it. It came out better than I could have possibly hoped, just like this PAX ERA. And that's going to do it for this cherry on top, and that's going to do it for this PAX ERA and Mango Island Pod review extravaganza. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really look forward to seeing you right back here on our next review. Auf Wiedersehen.